Hey Ryan, how you doing, buddy? Thank you again for allowing me to do this video audit for East Coast Beard Bros. I've obviously followed your brand for the last couple of years in the same e-commerce space that we've both shared. So it's good to see that you're still going, you're still growing this. It's really exciting to see. When I did my research for you, there's definitely opportunities for you to grow organically, to start getting more traffic. And obviously more traffic, people looking for beard products, more sales organically for your business. Okay, so my goal is to try to give you some insights, some areas where you can focus that's going to help you start driving more growth organically. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to show you kind of where you're at right now. So your domain rating is really high. That's really good to see. Okay, these are good stats to have. That means you've built some authority up over time, and obviously you've been around since 2017, so you've built this up over the last couple of years, so it's good to see. An area that we definitely want to improve on is the backlinks. Okay, we're not showing a lot here, which means you really have to start focusing on growing this. Okay, so I'll give you an example. So let's take a look at the number one rated beard product company in Canada, which you probably know, I assume, if you've done some research, is Urban Beard. Okay, now look, their domain rating less than yours. All right, so that means you've done a lot of things really good that they haven't done, but because they've been around since 2014, this URL rating is a little bit higher because they have that age, right? That's 6 years of age. But look at this, backlinks, referring domains, a lot more, right? And as you can see, you look at their traffic value, it's going to be more than yours because they're driving that first page ratings for Canadian beard products, okay? So our goal is to really start figuring out how you can grow in this area. You might not overcome these guys, but even getting yourself in a position where you can start ranking on the first page is going to drive way more traffic to your website, okay? So we can see here, there's different estimations I'm going to show you, but on SEMrush, it's showing $5.90 in volume a month. Global volume is even more if you calculate everything. This is going to be pretty close to the standard of people that are going to find you. And, the difficulty is possible. This is good to see. This means that there's definitely an opportunity for you to become the main source for this in Canada, okay? Now, when I did a little bit of research, this kind of gives me an idea of where you're positioned on Google based on these keywords. So beard oil in Halifax, obviously you're dominating that, right? Position number one, volume could be roughly around 40 a month or so, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, but you dominate that. So if anyone's looking for beard oil in Halifax, odds are you're the first choice people are coming across, which is good, okay? Now, the biggest opportunity here is obviously beard oil in Canada, okay? So we want to look at how we can get essentially moving here from 15 to the top 5, top 10, that will allow you to get more of this, okay, that total volume, okay? Because here's the thing, page 2 is only going to get about 5% of this total volume, where page 1 gets 95%, okay? So obviously being on page 1 and having representation there is going to drastically change the amount of traffic being generated from that kind of keyword, okay? So beard oil in Canada. So let's have a look here on your site. Where can we possibly make these adjustments? So, obviously we have number one beard oil in Canada here. That's good. Now, another spot I'd like to see you change this to. So right on your home page, okay? When I did a search here, I looked for your H1 tags, which isn't coming up with anything, okay? So what I would love to see is, best beard oil in Canada here. So do it again, okay? Explain it. You could have maybe this part down a little bit lower and have a new section that is, best beard oil in Canada, okay? And then talk about that, and then you can go on about this, okay? Obviously your products are looking great and everything. I would even start putting, Canadian beard balm, Canadian beard soaps. Get the Canada in there because that's your market, right? You have to think on an international stage. It's extremely difficult to be the beard brand for everyone, but right now you have the opportunity to be the beard brand for Canada, which I would take full advantage of. So start thinking about these terms. These should be H2 tags. Okay, so like I said, best beard soaps in Canada or Canadian beard soap. Start putting these things in place here. Okay. Another thing that maybe we can look at adjusting that might give you some benefit here, and this is one of the things that I saw. So Beard Kit Canada, okay? So this gets 140 volume, maybe 220 in between each month. You can see Beard Care Kit Canada, but you see kit, right? So maybe it would be a good opportunity instead of beard care sets, right, which wouldn't get as much search volume, you change this to kits, right? Canadian beard care kits, and start changing some of these categories so it fits underneath that. Okay, so those would just be some minor things that can have a major impact overall on your actual site. So best beard oil in Canada. See, you're doing this here, right? Let me see if you did that on beard oil. See, look, your H1 tag on the beard oil collections is just beard oil. Okay, so that's what Google's picking up. But if we put Canadian beard oil or best Canadian beard oil with that H1 tag, right, that is going to give you more relevancy for that term we want to connect with, which is the Canadian, right, or Canada. So important, right? That's what's going to be an extremely important element on the on-page work to start making that connection with Google, okay? So on the blog, obviously, like you've done some blogs, okay? Like, and this is important, but you haven't done any in a few years. So when we're talking about ranking and rate and trying to push forward with these products compared to your competitors, the three elements that are important are a few that we just went over. So the backlinks, we need to get more, right? High authority links pointing to your site, giving you credibility, okay? Number two is fixing that on-page stuff so we include those keywords in those specific spots on the page, okay? Number three is going to be your content strategy, and you're going to have to start developing this way more, okay? You really are going to have to do this to start getting that growth. And when we look at the possibilities of, you know, things that you can look at rating for, it's like where to buy beard oil in Canada. You know, it gets 50, but it's only 13 positions. So you could easily make a blog. You know, best places where to buy beard oil in Canada, best places to buy beard oil in Canada. Okay, those are some things that you can look to do. There's tons of different options here, so we can go through this and find some, you know, beard. Like, look at all these different style beard. Like here, you're ranking 30 for this beard styles in 2019. So even if you start changing beard trends to beard styles, right? If trends isn't coming up as a, like, see here, look at this. Beard trend 70, right? You're ranked 34. Styles, you're ranked 30, but there's 350 volume, right? So start thinking about that. You can even make a new blog, you know, like top beard styles in 2020, stuff like that. Start creating more content that's basically evolving around that. You know, there's so many elements here. You really want to start thinking your content, the keywords that are related to it, and keep going. You want to link those blogs together, giving them all strength. And again, getting more links to your website is going to build more authority and start pushing you forward. Okay. But overall, man, like, you've done a great job putting this site together. You've obviously taken initiative and trying to get your brand in a place where it can be competitive. I know you're thinking about it. Okay. So again, you want to start thinking about how you're making certain adjustments to these elements that could be major impacts on your actual business itself. Okay, I know it's silly when you think about the keywords, but it really does help Google define who you are and build relevancy for each and every single one of the pages on your website. Okay, so start thinking about that. Here's a little bit of a weird error that you might have to look at fixing that. Like, this shouldn't come up as a duplicate here, right? So have a look at some of your structure on the page. But again, Canadian beard soap, right? You want to make sure you're really hammering home Canada and Canadian, right? I mean, you're gonna come in first for Halifax every single day of the week. That's only going to limit you to so much volume each month. Canada's where it's at for you. And if you can adjust and really focus on developing these elements and making it known that you're a Canadian beard oil company, right? You're going to have a lot more growth in that aspect. Okay. So again, man, you're doing a great job. Make some of those adjustments on your page. Start looking at your, again, backlinks. Okay. Super important. And, these are things that are going to help you in that blog, dude. Like, you really want to have, I would say you want to have a minimum of 2 blogs a month. Okay. Minimum. 4 or more would be more ideal. Okay. Start looking at what your competitors are doing, right? Like, let's have a look. I haven't even looked at these guys in terms of what they're actually doing, but let's have a look to see if we can find some elements that maybe stand out. Okay. Beard Oils Canada, best beard oil in Canada. See, they know what they're targeting, right? They know what they're going at. Okay. So start looking at these things. Now I just want to have a look at their blog, see what they're doing. So they haven't blogged in a bit, but they're trying to. They've been trying to. So take a look at your competition, right? Always take a look at what your main competition are doing. What are they writing about? What are they trying to rank for? What are they trying to do? Because that's gonna give us a lot of ideas of how to make improvements, right? So they got kits here, beard kits. Like, these are some things. And like when I said, when you're adding the Canadian elements into the beard kits, like we saw in the keyword research here, Beard Kit Canada, right? That's an opportunity, right? Beard Care Kit Canada, opportunities, right? You can start ranking for them. And odds are, look, Beard Grooming Kit Canada. See what I mean? If you can start adding these elements to your content, it will have an impact, right? It really will have an impact. Just trying to think of other places that you can actually have a chance to rank for. But you get the idea, right? You get the idea. And I think you have an opportunity to do more. Focus on your organic, focus on this stuff. Get this, because Google wants to see fresh content, right? That's a really important element about ranking in the next 6 months, 12 months. Google's looking for fresh content. They want sites updating their information, right? So start looking at the different elements that we went over about how you can construct that into blogs, right? Here's another one for you, okay? Think about products, think about services. What's the number one thing people inquire about for anything? Cost. How much is this? How much is the cost of this? What's the price, right? You can easily make a blog about what is the price of beard oil in Canada or something like that. That alone could get you enough traffic because people are searching. How much does beard oil cost? What's the price of beard oil? You include that within a blog, and you break down the different costs of beard-related products, right? I mean, that could have a major impact in terms of growth and impressions to your site too, okay? So anyways, you've done a great job. You really are on the cusp of getting to a place organically that's going to help you tremendously, okay? So really focus on those 3 things I talked about: your on-page tweaks, okay, backlinks, and your blog content. You can do those 3 things, you're going to see growth to a point where, like I said, you get to page 1, you're going to get a nice piece of that pie. And even getting an extra 100 people to your site organically a month can have a tremendous impact in the amount of sales you have without it costing you anything, right? So keep that in mind. You're doing a great job, Ryan, and I look forward to seeing, where you can end up even within a year's time by doing some of the things that I suggested here. Thanks again, man.